I don't care what these influencers tell you. A lot of y'all women and men were a lot better off before y'all got into the self-help, before y'all got into going to therapy. A lot of this shit has really driven y'all fucking crazy. Guys, welcome back to the Dime Trap, where we trap dimes. In today's video, I want to talk about how it seems like all the women who claim they have gone to therapy seem to be the most toxic women that I ever come across.
Baby, you need to go to church. There, now you clean.
Let me tell y'all a little something that had happened to me, right? So me and my ex that I just broke up with last year, right? She was, I can tell that she, was dealing with a bunch of mental shit from her past, blah, 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 right? And I told her, in order for us to keep going on in this relationship, that she's gonna have to go to therapy. Like, she needs therapy. And I said this because I hear so many people always talking about therapy. Go to therapy, right?
See, that's your problem. You always listen to these dummies on the internet.
So, when we go through our breakup, we were living together, right? And within our breakup, she went and had, like, and this was before we even said we was completely broken up. She got mad at me, left, and fucking went in to go stay at a hotel. And while she was staying at the hotel, she went and cut the water off, cut the electricity off. She cut off everything in the fucking house that we was renting, because that shit was in her name. So then when she realizes that she doesn't want to break up and that she fucked up, she tells me that her therapist told her to do all these things. She tells me that her therapist was on some feminist shit and told her, basically, fuck all dudes. She needs to just focus on herself and not be in no relationship with no dude, and told her to cut all these things off on me, right?
You can't make this shit up!
And told her that I was nothing but a narcissist and all these things, right? And whether this is true or not, I don't know if she fucking just told me these things just to fucking put it as an excuse, or if it was through her anger or what. But if this is true, there's no wonder why so many women I see who fucking is talking this whole, they done got healed, they went to therapy, why they so toxic and so anti-men.
What's wrong with you bitches? Who raised you to be that way?
And this is why I'm anti-therapist. Because you never know who it is that you're sitting down with that's telling you XYZ to so-called heal yourself. And I thought it was weird in the beginning when she first started going to this lady, because she told me that the lady was part of some organization for women, and they had these conferences and all this other shit. So, thinking back to it now, and after she told me what the therapist told her to do to me, women need to really watch out on who they sitting down with. And that goes for anybody. Anybody who's going to therapy needs to really take what these therapists are saying with a grain of salt. Because from what I'm noticing is, especially in the dating situation, a lot of these problems didn't start happening in the dating world until these women started going to therapy and so-called healing themselves.
Damn, I never thought about it that way. Yo ass smart.
You never know if you're sitting down with a cult leader. Just because she has a degree behind her name, or he has a degree behind her name, doesn't mean that they don't have other agendas that they're trying to fucking accomplish. It doesn't mean that they're not about to fuck you up more than what you already fucked up.
Your boy be cooking. Turn that shit up, twin.
And from what we know from cult leaders, people who run cults, is they prey on the weak. So who would you prey on if you're going to prey on the weak? A motherfucker who feels like they need therapy. A motherfucker who does need therapy. And even beyond the therapy shit, I feel like a lot of these problems that are going on now didn't start happening until motherfuckers started getting into all these self-help books. It's like everybody's looking at the world through a fucking magnifying glass of a book they read or this therapy shit, all this self-help shit. And a lot of this self-help shit is already letting you know in the fucking, the term that you slick dealing with fucking witchcraft and shit that goes against God, because only God can help you. You can't help yourself.
Baby, you need to go to church. There, now you clean.
I don't care what these influencers tell you. A lot of y'all women and men were a lot better off before y'all got into the self-help, before y'all got into going to therapy. A lot of this shit has really driven y'all fucking crazy.
I'm not crazy. I'm not crazy. I'm not crazy. I'm not crazy. Hear me? I'm not crazy. I'm not crazy.
Because you got a motherfucker telling you that this, that, and the other is the problem, and 9 times out of 10, it ain't even that. I feel like people are gonna mess around. If they don't get away from all that self-help shit, like, y'all gonna fuck around and self-help yourselves right into a motherfucking insane asylum. And don't get me wrong, there are people out here who need help. There's people out here who hear voices in their head. There's people out here who, you know, have been raped and all that type of stuff. Like, if you've been through trauma like that, yeah, go get the help. But some of y'all motherfuckers is going to therapy because y'all got broken up with in a relationship. Some of y'all are going to therapy because of the most dumbest shit. And then you turn around and you let these therapists control your life and tell you that you need to be doing this, that, and the other. And it's putting y'all in an even more fucked up situation than y'all already was before y'all went and got the therapy. So you got to take this shit with a grain of salt. And like I said, a lot of the problems that we see in society right now, I feel like a lot of this shit is stemming to everybody's trying to be this perfect person that don't exist. And a lot of people need to fucking just deal with the shit, the past traumas that they went through. And it don't always mean sitting down with a motherfucker who has this fucking degree. Because a lot of these motherfuckers is playing, y'all. A lot of these motherfuckers is sitting down with you, telling you that this, that, and the other is a problem, so your ass to keep spending money with them every week.
Damn. I never thought about it that way. Yo ass smart.
A lot of these motherfuckers is using y'all's fucking trauma in order to make money. It was just a way for them to fucking make money. So they went to school, they got the degree, and now they got the job. And in order to keep that income coming in every week, they gonna tell you whatever bullshit you need to hear to keep you coming. When you really could have sat down and motherfucking talked to your homeboy, talked to your homegirl, talked to a cousin, talked to your parents. But you didn't want to do that. Because you worried about how those motherfuckers is going to judge you. But because you worried about how those motherfuckers is going to judge you, you getting swindled out of money by a motherfucker who really don't give a fuck about you. I guarantee 9 times out of 10, as soon as your ass motherfucking stop going to therapy with that therapist, you're never going to hear from them again. They're never going to call to check up on you. And if they are calling to check up on you, it's going to be to check up on you to try and make some more motherfucking money out your ass.
What are you waiting on, twin? Why you ain't like, comment, and subscribe yet, twin? How my daddy gonna feed me, twin, if you don't help us get monetized, twin?
I had this girl back when I was living in Houston that I had met on Tinder. The first thing she gonna say to me is, have you been to therapy? And I told her, no, there's nothing I need to go to therapy about. I didn't have no traumatic ass life growing up. I don't have traumas in my life like that to need therapy. And she gonna tell me everybody needs therapy. I'm not messing with a man who hasn't been to therapy. And I'm like, why would I go to therapy if I've been in nothing but freaking good relationships? Everybody needs it. That's what she told me. And then gonna turn around after I kept telling her no. She was like, well, I can't talk to you then, right? And then like a day later, I get a fucking message in my damn, on my account with her trying to get me to fucking sign up to hire her as a therapist.
You can't make this shit up!
And it's like, bitch, you ain't give a fuck about anything that we were talking about. You ain't give a fuck about whether or not I'm good or not. At the end of the day, you wanted some money. That was your way of trying to pull me into your fucking company to motherfucking pay you. Because at the end of the day, if you really gave a fuck, you would have gave me the therapy without me having to pay. But these people don't give a fuck. This shit is their fucking job. This is their career. Anybody who can't do something for somebody for free, what the fuck is you doing? What the fuck is you, that means you really don't care about the people that you helping for real. You don't care about helping people for real. Because I guarantee 9 times out of 10, if I would have said I had already went to therapy, either one or two things would have happened. We would have still been talking, or she would have cut me off anyway because she was only on Facebook, on Tinder or whatever, to try and find fucking clients. And if a bitch is on Tinder looking for clients, that goes to show you that these therapists and shit is struggling to get fucking people to come into their fucking offices. So what does that mean? Once they get a motherfucker in there, they gonna tell you whatever bullshit you need to hear to keep you coming so they can keep getting that check. This shit is bullshit. For a regular motherfucker, to me, for a regular motherfucker to go and get therapy is bullshit. And you getting played at the end of the day. Cause like I said, there's nothing that a motherfucker is gonna tell you that's gonna heal you from fucking going through traumas. Like, you could have talked that shit out with somebody else for free. I got a homeboy who told me a couple of weeks ago, he was like, bruh, it's like you're my therapist. Anything I need to talk to somebody about, I'm just gonna hit you up. And I'm like, cool, because I really care about making sure my homies and shit have somebody to talk to. And at the same time, they my therapist too. Because whenever I need to get something off my chest, I hit them up and let them know what it is that I'm going through. But see, the difference between me and other people is a lot of people are so worried about what their friends think about them. And if you care about what your friends think about you, guess what? That ain't your friend for real. Because your friends is who you should be able to go and talk to about anything. No matter what the fuck you got going on. Without any judgment. But see, a lot of y'all, and y'all say it all the time, a lot of y'all only have associates. Y'all don't have real friends. Y'all don't have people around y'all that y'all trust. Y'all have motherfuckers around y'all who y'all can go turn up with at the club. And a lot of y'all's fucking personality is so fucked up. That's the reason why you ain't got no friends too. Because you treat everybody that you around with like shit.
What's wrong with you bitches? Who raised you to be that way?
So before y'all motherfuckers go and sign up for this therapy trend, really ask yourself, what is that therapist really gonna do for you? Is they really out here just to take your money, or is it somebody that you can genuinely talk to and really get, you know? And I feel like therapy shouldn't even be for advice. It should just be for you to fucking talk. It should be somebody who you can just vent to. Because as soon as you tell a motherfucker, what do you think I should do in this situation? Motherfuckers be having their own agendas. You may be talking to a motherfucker who is anti-relationships, who may have just broken up with the person that they was in love with. They might have just found out that the person that they in love with just got cheated on. Now you asking them for relationship advice, and this motherfucker giving you all the wrong information about your relationship just because they mad at the motherfucker that they in a relationship with or just ended a relationship with. And they tell you that they supposed to separate they personal from work, but the average person ain't gonna do that shit. You know how many motherfuckers is probably online that's screaming this men ain't shit bullshit and turning around and sitting in front of a motherfucker who is telling them about their relationship, and because they hate all men, they giving them all the wrong shit, or because they single and don't want to see other women single, they telling them leave the dude they with, so they creating another single motherfucker. But people ain't thinking about shit like that. People just going with the flow and doing what they hear influencers say to do.
See, that's your problem. You always listen to these dummies on the internet.
Go to therapy. Go to therapy. Everybody needs therapy. Everybody needs healing. Everybody don't need healing. Everybody didn't go through traumatic ass shit growing up. Everybody didn't have fucked up families. So to say that everybody needs to go to therapy is bullshit. It's a ploy to get more people to sign up for therapy so therapists can make money. But one thing that I like right now, that I'm loving right now, is the fact that this therapy shit is coming to an end anyways, because now you got ChatGPT that can be your therapist. That ain't gonna be biased like a motherfucker, a regular motherfucker that you go sit in front of. That ain't just there to make money like a regular motherfucker is. But anyways, I ain't gonna make this video too long. This has been on my mind a lot about the therapy thing. And like I said, don't get me wrong, some people do need therapy. Some motherfuckers are dealing with depression and all these things that they may need medication for. But a lot of y'all motherfuckers don't need medication. And a lot of y'all motherfuckers is just going to a therapist just because y'all heard Charlamagne the God, or y'all heard some other influencers say they went to therapy and it changed their lives. When at the end of the day, we don't know if these motherfuckers is really going to therapy or not, or if they motherfucking are being paid to push these therapists. Because I've heard so many influencers also say they go to therapists and then turn around and shout out the name of their therapist. So are you really going to them for therapy, or did they really change your life, or is this shit an ad to get people to go to that therapist? Because why do we need to know the name of the therapist that you go to unless you're fucking working for them and getting a check out of them? Because a lot of these fucking influencers will say that they're not mentioning any company or any brands or whatever without getting paid. So that lets me know that you getting paid by the motherfucker that you goddamn shouting out when you say go to this therapist. If you're in a such and such area, why would you as a celebrity want to let people know this is where I go to therapy at every week? So this is where you can find me if you're looking for me.
Damn, I never thought about it that way. Yo ass smart.
And it always comes back to we got to stop following these fucking influencers. We got to stop letting these influencers influence us to do bullshit.
Put your phone down.
And you may say, well, nigga, you an influencer. In a way, I am. But also, I'm telling y'all motherfuckers to use your own mind. Don't do what the fuck I say. Nigga, do what your mind says. Because niggas is way more happier in this world when niggas is using their own motherfucking brain and stop trying to fucking follow everybody else's brain and everybody else's pattern and do what everybody else is fucking doing. But anyways, y'all make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. And if y'all feel the same way I feel, matter of fact, if y'all have been through therapy and have seen that therapy hasn't done shit for you, and that you still dealing with the same mental shit that you was dealing with before going to therapy, or if you feel like therapy has made your mental worse, leave a comment and let me know. Or even if you don't want to leave a comment and tell us what you went through or whatever, fucking just like this video, and I'll holler at y'all in the next video. Peace.
Try.